I've got a son heading off to college soon, and with the price of everything going up, I'm looking for every way possible to save money. So this week, I challenged myself to keep the grocery spending to right around $30. After shopping my pantry, fridge, and freezer first, I used that budget to buy the few remaining ingredients that I needed to complete 5 days worth of meals for my family of 5. As I've been thinking about saving money for this next chapter, I've also been thinking about the importance of building a strong financial foundation. I'll share more about that and about today's sponsor, Self, as we get further into the video. But for right now, let's prep some ingredients. One of my favorite ways to save money is to buy larger packs of meat and break them down myself. For this challenge, I picked up 2 10-pound bags of chicken leg quarters, and that gave me enough chicken to create 4 separate dinners for my family of 5. I started by separating the legs from the thighs, which gave me a lot more flexibility when planning meals. From there, I divided everything into freezer bags based on how I wanted to use it throughout the week. This is one of the simplest ways to make your grocery budget stretch. When you portion your protein before freezing it, you already know exactly what you have and how many meals it can provide. Now, a little prep on the front end can save both time and money throughout the week. I forgot to mention that I do all of my meal prep on Sundays, so this Sunday I focused on prepping meat and breakfast options. First up are blueberry muffins made from a markdown mix that I found. I always keep an eye out for clearance items because they can be a great way to add something different without increasing the grocery bill. Now, this came together with just a few basic ingredients and made 12 muffins. Having several breakfast options ready ahead of time means everyone can grab something quickly on their way out the door. Next, I'm making homemade breakfast sandwiches, and I started with mini pancakes from a simple mix I already had in the pantry. Then I layered them with sausage, eggs, and cheese, and y'all, these are so good. Now, once everything was assembled, I wrapped each sandwich individually and stored them in the freezer. These are perfect for those mornings when everyone is on the go and needs something quick before heading out the door. And as a mom, there's just something really comforting about opening the freezer and knowing that breakfast is already taken care of. It gives my family options, and it gives me one less thing to think about during the week. Now, instead of scrambling to cook first thing in the morning, all they have to do is heat whatever they choose up and they are good to go. That extra bit of preparation gives us a smooth start to the day and helps everyone leave the house with something warm and filling. Let me know down in the comments section, do you meal prep breakfast for the week, or do you even eat breakfast at all? Last but not least, for breakfast meal prep, I'm making a couple of loaves of homemade pumpkin bread. Now, I know some people think pumpkin is only meant for the fall, but we don't really follow those kinds of rules in this house. If my family enjoys something, I'm going to make it, whether it's October, May, or anywhere in between. Now, one of the things that I've learned over the years is that knowing how to bake from scratch can save a surprising amount of money, y'all. Most of these ingredients are pantry staples that I already keep on hand, and they come together to make a food that my family really looks forward to. For me, home baking is so nostalgic. It reminds me of those summer mornings at my grandma's house. If only we can turn back the hands of time. For Monday's dinner, I'm keeping it as simple as possible with the mesquite marinated chicken I prepped ahead of time. This is one of those recipes that gives a lot of flavor, y'all, without requiring any additional seasoning. So all I have to do is place the chicken on a foil-lined baking sheet and let the oven do its thing. If you're looking for an easy dinner that tastes like you spent much more time on it than you actually did, this is definitely one to add to your rotation. And of course, course, I had to make a chocolate cake for dessert. I always try to include something sweet during the week because my family definitely looks forward to it. Now, we haven't had chocolate cake in a while, so when I came across this cake mix on markdown, I knew that I was grabbing it and then some. I honestly cannot remember the last time I saw a cake mix for 99 cents. That just goes to show that budget meals can still include the food your family loves. Now, my family gets so excited when dessert is on the menu, and I already know that this cake will not last more than a couple of days. For the side dishes, I'm making corn on the cob and savory herb stuffing. Now, I'm sure some people think that stuffing should only be eaten during the holidays, but again, here in this house, we eat it year-round with or without cranberry sauce. But when I'm choosing side dishes, I try to pick options that are easy to cook and pair well with more than one type of protein. That way I can cook a different protein but heat up the leftover side dishes. When I tell y'all this food was so good, I wish that you were here to taste it. It is Tuesday and we're switching things up just a bit. We didn't do our usual Taco Tuesday because I knew I had to take my son somewhere that evening and we weren't getting home until late into the night. So on days like this, I like to have a dinner option that is quick, flavorful, and doesn't require a whole lot of extra effort on my part. So tonight we're having an egg boil and I used half of that andouille sausage and the other half is going to be set aside for later in the week when I make green beans. And that's one of the ways I make our ingredients go further and get the most value out of what we buy. Let me know down in the comments if you have ever had an egg boil before or even heard of this. I'm from Louisiana and we have crawfish boils, seafood boils, but not too many egg boils. But it's the same concept minus the crawfish and seafood. The only thing missing from this is corn on the cob and cayenne pepper because we just cannot do spicy. This is perfect just the way it is. When I tell you I can eat this every day, I can eat this every day. Today I'm making smothered chicken, but I'm not making it the way I was taught. Today is a little different because I'm using a different technique. Now, while I'm preparing this dinner, I'm also thinking about how families can prepare for what's ahead. As I mentioned in the beginning, I do have a son that's heading off to college soon, and I'm looking for every possible way to help set him up for success. One thing that's been on my mind is credit. My son doesn't have any credit yet, and that makes things harder when you're just getting started in life. Whether it's renting an apartment, getting utilities turned on, or just preparing for future financial goals. Now, building credit early can make a huge difference. That's why I am partnering with Self Financial. Self is designed for people who have low or no credit and want to build credit in a way that works for them. And there's no credit score required to get started, which makes it a great option for beginners like my son. Now, what I do like is that Self offers tools that may help you build payment history, which is one of the most important factors in your credit journey. Just like I'm trying to make smart choices in the kitchen and stretch every dollar, I'm also trying to make smart choices to help my kids build a strong financial foundation. Because saving money is important, but building credit is important too. If you or someone you love is starting from zero and wants to build credit responsibly, Self Financial could be a great place to begin. Check out the link in the description box to learn more and start building credit your way. For Thursday, I'm cooking the second bag of mesquite marinated chicken that I had waiting in the freezer. This is one of my favorite ways to stay on budget because when I find a good deal, I like to prep ahead so future meals are already taken care of. And for our sides, I'm making green beans and using the leftover andouille sausage from Tuesday's egg boil. Nothing goes to waste in this house. I also opened a can of baked beans because they pair perfectly well with the mesquite chicken. And it also makes the meal feel like a backyard barbecue without the extra costs. I really wish that I could send y'all a plate. This food was so delicious. For Friday, we kept things super simple with homemade burgers. I started by seasoning the grass-fed beef and shaping it into patties. Sometimes the best meals are the easiest ones, especially at the end of a long week. We already had buns in the pantry, which made this meal even more affordable. That's one of my favorite ways to save, keeping a few staple ingredients in the house so I can throw together a family favorite without making an extra trip to the store. A win in my book. If it wasn't so windy and cold outside, I would have asked hubby to fire up the grill, but these burgers were still good and the perfect way to wrap up the week. For my bonus meal, I decided to make spaghetti. I still had some breakfast sausage left over from Sunday, along with a pound of ground beef. So this was the perfect way to use what I already had on hand. Combining different meats is a great way to add extra flavor and level up your dish. Now, I started by browning the sausage and ground beef together, and then I added my vegetables and seasonings, and then let everything cook until the flavors came together. Now, one budget tip that has saved me so much money is batch cooking. Whenever I make meals like spaghetti, chili, or soups, I intentionally make extras so I can freeze individual portions for later. That way, on busy days when no one feels like cooking, we already have homemade meals waiting in the freezer. This helps us avoid those last-minute fast food runs that can add up quickly. It also makes sure that leftovers actually get eaten instead of sitting in the refrigerator and having to throw them in the trash. Now, once everyone has had their dinner and right before I wash dishes, I portion everything into freezer safe containers. That way they can grab one, heat it up, and enjoy a homemade meal in just a few minutes. Now, this spaghetti turned out very cheesy and very flavorful. And that's really what budget cooking is all about. Using what you have, making the most of every ingredient, and creating meals that will save you money. Y'all, when I tell you this spaghetti was 10 out of 10, would recommend, this stuff was so good. I'll be sure to link the ingredients down in the description box in case you want to make this for your family. That was everything that we ate, and let me tell you, it was absolutely delicious. Just because you are eating on a budget doesn't mean that the food has to taste like that. This grocery budget challenge reminded me that small intentional decisions combined with a little planning really do add up. Whether you're trying to find ways to save in the kitchen or thinking about your long-term financial goals, consistency is key. And if you or someone you know is looking to build or rebuild their credit, especially if they're just getting started and don't have a credit score yet, Self offers tools designed to help you build credit in a way that works for you. If you'd like to learn more, there'll be a link down in the description box. Now, let me know down in the comments section, what is your go-to budget meal? I can tell you right now, mine is the egg boil. That stuff is delicious. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I hope you have an amazing day, and we will chit chat in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.